So hello farmers, we're now back at the pigs. People want me to give them more updates about the pigs and what we're doing for the pigs. Um, so as usual, the first thing I always talk about when I come here is that making sure that you have enough water. So this tank is we make sure that it always has enough water for the pigs so that the pigs consume as much water as they need. We have, as I said, we have done the nipple system so that each room has got its own nipple and they can actually consume them from water at any time without us having to make sure that we run up and down with the water. That so those are the things that we make sure that is very important. We make sure that there's enough water, and when we make sure that we feed them, there's enough food for them to be able to consume without any problem. So it is feeding time. These are the growers that we're actually currently growing, and at the present moment for other people they say 2.5 kgs, others would prefer having unlimited food for them until they're the age of slaughtering. Either way works. It just depends on how quickly you want them to get to maturity and how best you want to feed them. But as for me, I still have a 2.5 kg policy for my pigs. I'm not a person who wants to see a lot of fat on the pigs, because if they're so fatty, the meat does not taste that nice for me. So I've just learned to make sure that they have enough fat content when they go to the butcher, but not so much fat whereby you're actually eating fat and not eating proper meat. So I actually prefer lean porkers than the fat porkers that other people produce. So as for me, when you have these, you will actually taste the meat, and instead of tasting just a lot of fat. So that is the reason why I limit the amount of food that I give. So this is actually a mixture of concentrate and maize brand and wheat brand that we are currently giving them. So the growers are growing on that. As we go through round, I would like to go to the ones which are, then we come here to, these are the, as you can see, very active young piglets. So what we have done so far with the piglets is that we have injected them iron, we have cut their tails, we have cut their teeth. So these ones have already gone through the process of being trimmed, their teeth, being trimmed their tail. The reason why we cut their tails is so that they just stop biting each other. If the tails are very long, they tend to bite each other, the tails. And at the same time, we cut the teeth so that they do not damage the teeth from the mother. Normally, you could actually go without cutting the teeth. The reason why you can actually go without cutting the teeth is that as long as you're making sure that they are fed, they themselves will not bite the mother's nipples, because if they're being fed well and they've got enough milk, there is no need for them to be fighting for milk. So that is the first group that we're going through. This group, as you can see, as they have gone all jumpy, has also been, their teeth have been cut, and these ones we did not trim their tails. So that we just did this for identification, because we are going to have to mix these two groups sooner or later, because they are going to be weaned almost roughly at the same time. So we just want to have a clarity of which one has come from which mother. So this is mainly the update of the pigs, the piglets. So what I've just said, make sure that after about 3 to 1 week you trim the teeth, you give them iron injection, and you make sure that the mothers are fed very well, so that the mothers really have enough milk for them to grow. Now there are people who say, oh, there's the lactating sows and all that for meals. We tried that, and we did, whereby we were trying to give the mothers separate meal ratios so that they produce more milk and all that. We found that it almost does not really help us work. So what we actually do is that we do two types of meals. One for the growers, and secondly for the for the pigs that we have. For the we have growers and then a finishers. So mostly we actually feed the mothers finisher. I know people are going to say, hey, but that's the wrong rations. For us it works. The mothers have done well with it, so we have had no problems with it. So for others, they will give you other ways of doing their ratios and all that. We only make sure that when these ones are weaned, we make sure that we give them creep meal so that they really boost their growth before we go put them into the growers meal. I hope I've given you an update of what we're doing here on the piggery. I know people are more excited to know what we do because this is actually the major project that I'm doing. So we have given you now an insight of what we're doing to the pigs. We will probably next time show you when we wean them off, and we will let them stay by themselves, and we will then bring it from there. And then from there we will probably go into food formulation, how we just do it on this farm. Others have got different ways of doing it. As I said, feeding is all about the way you want to feed them. Others want to feed for growth. Others really want, I actually feed, I'm a person who does not believe in having pork which just tastes like fat. So I want my pigs to taste lean. They actually have a better meat content, but their growth is a bit slowed down because of what I'm trying to achieve. Thank you very much and have a good day.